You don't build a legacy sitting on the couch. You don't earn respect when everything's easy. Legacy is carved in the trenches, one gova. It's in the dark places where no one's watching. It's those mornings you get up when your body screams no. It's those nights you keep pushing when your mind says quit. Most people want the glory, the recognition, the legacy, but they don't want the struggle that creates it. They want the mountaintop view without the climb, the applause without the silence that comes before it. But here's the truth. Legacy isn't something handed to you. It's not inherited. It's earned. And it's earned in the ugliest, most brutal parts of life where no one's watching, no one's cheering, and everything in you wants to quit. That's where legacy is born. It's you think of the strongest people in history, those who left something behind that mattered, and you'll find pain, you'll find adversity. You'll find people who were forged by fire, not protected from it. You don't make steel in lukewarm water. You make it in a furnace. That furnace is pain, discipline, setbacks, failure after failure. And that's where a real legacy starts to take shape. Because when you're in that place, broken, beaten down, no one to save you, that's when you find out who you really are. And that's when you deciding, do I rise or do I rot? See, it's easy to be positive when everything's going your way. It's easy to look motivated when life is smooth. But legacy isn't been those times. Legacy is built in the grind. It's built in the repetition. It's in the fifth year of waking up at 4 a.m. when no one cares. It's in the rejection letter, in the failed business, in the heartbreak, in the injuries, in the days when you're just tired. But you show up anyway. That's where it starts. Most people quit when it gets hard. They think the pain is a sign to stop, but that pain is actually a signal. It's telling you're in the right place. You're in the area. You're doing the real work. Comfort is a liar. It whispers in your ear that you've done enough, that you deserve a break, that you've arrived. But the people who build legacy, they ignore that voice. They understand that pain is not the enemy. It's the price you pay with sweat, with effort, with sacrifice. And what you get in return is something no one can take from you: growth, strength, and a legacy built with your own two hands. You don't remember people who lived easy lives. You remember the ones who overcame, the ones who had every reason to quit but didn't. That's why legacy and pain are linked. You can't separate them. If you want to be remembered, if you want your life to mean something, you've got to walk through the fire. You've got to be willing to suffer in silence. To fight through the days when nothing makes sense, to get up after being knocked down over and over again. That's how you earn it. So when the pain hits, when life gets dark, when your body wants out and your mind is full of doubt, understand this is where the story begins. This is where legends are made. This is where your legacy is written, not in the comfort of an easy life, but in the chaos of a hard one. You either let the pain break you or you let it build you. That choice is everything. Pain is the honest teacher you'll ever meet. It strips away the lies, the ego, the excuses. It doesn't care about your plans or how much you think you deserve success. Pain shows up when you're vulnerable, when you're exposed, and it pushes you past the edge where most people turn back. That's the point where something changes, not just in your body or your routine, but in your mind. Growth doesn't come in the moments you feel strong. It comes when you feel like you have nothing left and you still choose to move forward. Every breakthrough is buried underneath a mountain of discomfort. Physical pain, emotional pain, mental fatigue. men fatigue, they're all part of the transformation. They test how bad you want it. Everyone wants growth, but no one wants the process. People want the results, the aesthetics, the validation, but none of that comes without going through the hard shit. The truth is, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And pain, real raw pain, is the challenge that forces you to evolve. You think you've hit your limit, and then pain says, not yet. That's when you discover there's more in you. That's when the soft parts get hardened, the weak spots get exposed and rebuilt. Growth through pain isn't about grinding for the sake of it. It's about understanding that pain carves you into who you're meant to be. It builds resilience. It teaches discipline. It rewires your threshold. Every time you endure it, you gain something permanent, something that no shortcut can offer. You earn your transformation. You can read all the books in the world. You can watch every motivational video out there, but none of it will match the lessons that pain teaches you directly. It humbles you. It makes you honest. It forces you to deal with the voice inside your head, the one that says you're not good enough. And you learn to fight that voice, not ignore it. You confront it, and in doing so, you take away its power. You get stronger, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. Most people avoid pain like it's poison. They back off when things get tough. But pain isn't there to destroy you. It's there to refine you. It's there to expose the parts of you that need work. And if you're smart, if you're serious about becoming something more, you don't run from it. You run toward it. You seek it out because you understand that the path of least resistance leads nowhere worth going. Pain isn't something you tolerate just to get through. It's the very thing that shapes you. It's a signal that you're alive, that you're pushing boundaries, that you're chasing something that matters. And the deeper you lean into it, the more you learn about yourself. You find your limits, then you break them. You build something real, something unshakable, because it was born in fire, not comfort. So the next time you're hurting, the next time you're struggling to get one more rep, to take one more step, to get through one more day, remember, this is the price of growth. This is where the work becomes transformation. Embrace it. Don't wish it away. Let the pain mold you. Let it teach you. Let it harden your spirit, because on the other side of it is someone stronger, someone sharper, someone ready to carry a legacy. Comfort is the enemy disguised as a reward. It whispers to you that you've done enough, that you've earned the right to relax, that you're safe right where you are. And that lie is what traps people in mediocrity for their entire lives. Comfort tells you, okay, it's okay to your foot off the gas, but growth doesn't live in that place. Nothing powerful has ever come from comfort. You don't become great by doing what's easy. You be great by doing what's necessary over and over again, even when you don't feel like it. The problem is people chase comfort like it's the goal. They build their lives around it. Comfort food, comfort zones, comfort relationships, comfort distractions. But comfort is a cage. It keeps you soft. It keeps you afraid. It makes you forget what it feels like to struggle and win. It dulls your instincts and weakens your discipline. And over time, it convinces you that this is all life has to offer, that this lukewarm existence is all you're meant for. That's the real danger. Not pain, not failure. Comfort. The gym gets skipped when comfort wins. The business idea never launches when comfort wins. The uncomfortable conversation that could fix everything, it never happens because comfort convinces you to avoid it. Comfort is seductive. It feels good in the moment. But comfort doesn't respect you. It doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care about the fire in your gut. All it does is slow you down, keep you still, and steal time you'll never get back. People rot in comfort without even realizing it. There's a moment in every day where you have to make a decision, comfort or progress. Do you hit snooze or do you get up and put in the work? Do you take the easy way out or do you push through? Those small choices compound. You don't wake up one day with discipline, with strength, with legacy. You build it one uncomfortable, deliberate decision at a time. And every time you choose the hard path, every time you say no to comfort, you're telling the world and yourself that you're serious, that you're not here to coast. You're here to conquer. You want to become someone powerful. Step into the hard stuff. Lean into the discomfort. Lift when you're sore. Study when your brain's tired. Show up when no one notices. That's how you separate from the crowd. Most people will never choose that road. They'll talk about their goals. They'll post about their dreams. But when it comes time to trade comfort for commitment, they fold because comfort is easy and growth is hard. But guess what? That's the point. That's what makes the growth worth it. It's not for everyone. You have to get to a place where you're more afraid of staying the same than you are of failing. Because staying the same means you've stopped evolving. It means you've accepted less. And that's a betrayal of your potential. You were not built to play it safe. You were built to push, to fight, to expand. And that doesn't happen in comfort. That happens in the chaos, in the struggle, in the tension between who you are and who you could be. So if you feel uncomfortable, good. That means you're in the right place. That means you're doing something real, something that matters. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Sit in it. Learn from it. Let it sharpen you. Because the moment you get too comfortable is the moment you stop growing. And if you're not growing, you're dying. Motivation is a liar. It shows up when it wants, disappears when you need it most, and tricks you into believing it's the key to success. It's not. Discipline is. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't need hype. It doesn't need music blasting. And it sure as hell doesn't wait for the perfect mood. Discipline just shows up every single day. It's the grind in silence, the work when no one's clapping, the routine that gets repeated when motivation's long gone. And that's what separates the average from the savage. You can't rely on motivation because it's fleeting. One bad night's sleep, one hard conversation, one distraction, and it's gone. But discipline is cold, consistent, and real. Discipline is setting your alarm for 5 a.m. and getting up when it rings, no matter how warm your bed feels. It's hitting the gym when your body is sore, when your mind is screaming for a break. It's saying no to the short-term dopamine hit and yes to the long-term vision. Discipline is the muscle behind every legacy, the quiet force that keeps driving when the fuel tank is empty. There's a difference between wanting something and being willing to bleed for it. Motivation wants, discipline bleeds. Anyone can be fired up after watching a highlight reel or a success story. But what happens when the lights are off? When it's just you, your goals, and a brutal, empty silence. That's where discipline thrives. That's where the real ones are made. Not when everything's aligned, not when it's convenient, but when it's tough, when your mind is full of reasons to stop and you choose to go anyway. You have to train yourself to stop negotiating with weakness. The moment you start reasoning with comfort, discipline starts to erode. You tell yourself just this once, and that's how momentum dies. That's how habits slip. Discipline doesn't ask for your opinion. It doesn't care how tired you are, or how unfair things feel. It just does the work. Every rep, every step, every hour, it's a commitment, not a feeling. And feelings are liars. They shift with the wind. Discipline is rooted in something deeper purpose. People think the hardest part is starting. It's not. The hardest part is continuing, especially when the fire inside burns low. That's where discipline kicks in. That's where routines carry you through the mental fog. Anyone can be motivated for a week, maybe even a month. But can you be consistent for a year, 2 years, 10? That's the question. That's the separator. Motivation is for sprinters. Discipline builds marathoners. You want real progress, build systems, build rituals, turn your life into a mission, wake up and execute no matter how you feel. Get so used to showing up that quitting feels like a foreign language. Let discipline be your default, not your backup. Because when the storms come, and they will, it won't be your motivation that saves you. It'll be the habits forged in discipline, the grit, the toughness, the relentless refusal to back down. So if you're waiting for motivation to show up and save you, stop. It's not coming. You've got to move without it, grind without it, win without it. And when you do, you'll realize that the discipline you built in the dark is the very thing that will shine in the light. Nobody claps for you at 4 a.m. Nobody sees the second workout of the day. Nobody notices when you're sitting alone, battling your own thoughts, questioning if this grind is even worth it. That's the part they skip over in the highlight reels. The world only sees the after picture, the victory, the title, the transformation, but they never see the 1,000 small, painful sacrifices that led to it. That's the illusion. People celebrate your success, but they ignore your suffering, and that's why the work matters even more. Because you do it for yourself, not for applause. The truth is, the grind is lonely. You make choices that isolate you. While others are partying, you're training. While others sleep in, you're getting up in the dark to chase something they don't even understand. There's no crowd there, no cheers, no validation. Just you and your commitment. You sacrifice comfort, time, social life, all for something only you can see. And it's in that silence where the separation happens, because most people need witnesses. They need people to notice their effort to keep going. But legacy isn't built in front of an audience. It's built in solitude, in consistency, in the unseen hours. If you're only showing up when someone's watching, you'll never make it. That's not real work. That's performance. The people who make an impact, the ones who become elite, they operate when no one's looking because they understand the grind isn't about attention. It's about transformation. Every rep, every journal entry, every sacrifice, it's a brick in the foundation of something permanent. You might not see results right away. Nobody else might ever truly get what you're doing. But over time, the work compounds. It builds something solid inside you, something that doesn't break under pressure. It's easy to get frustrated when no one recognizes your effort. But that frustration is a test. It's asking you, are you doing this for the claps, or are you doing it because it's who you are? You've got to love the grind enough to keep going without praise. That's the difference between chasing a moment and building a legacy. Moments come and go. Legacy is earned in the repetition, in the boring stuff, in the early mornings and late nights. It's earned in the work nobody talks about. That's what makes the results so powerful, because when it finally shows, when the body changes, when the skill sharpens, when the mindset becomes unshakable, it's not luck. It's not a fluke. It's proof of everything you've been doing in the dark. That's why it hits different. because you know what it took. You know the battles you fought just to stay on course. You know how many times you almost quit but didn't. And no one can take that away from you. So if you're grinding right now and it feels like no one sees it, good. That means you're doing it right. That means you're not performing. You're building. Let them sleep on you. Let them doubt you, because one day the results will speak so loud. No one will have to ask what you've been doing. But even then, you'll know the true thing. The real victory was never the outcome. It was becoming the kind of person who showed up day after day when no one else would. Pain isn't just something you survive. It's something you learn from, something you grow through, something that gives meaning to the journey. Most people run from pain. They see it as the enemy. They think if they can just avoid discomfort, if they can keep everything easy and controlled, they'll be happy. But here's the truth. Pain is where you find out who you really are. It's in those brutal, unforgiving moments that life strips away all the noise and puts you face to face with your core. And that confrontation, that's where transformation begins. You don't become strong by avoiding pain. You become strong by walking through it, by enduring it, by rising from it with something deeper than before. Every scar tells a story. Every struggle becomes part of your identity. And it's not the pain itself that defines you. It's what you do with it. Do you let it harden you into someone bitter? Or do you let it carve you into someone stronger, more focused, more aware? That's the real choice. You can't always control the pain that comes your way, but you sure as hell can control your response to it. Pain has a way of giving you perspective. When you've suffered, really suffered, the little things stop mattering. The gossip, the judgment, the small setbacks, they can't touch you anymore because you've been through worse. And that memory, that inner knowledge that you survived, that you pushed through, that becomes your armor, that becomes your weapon. It sharpens you. It makes you dangerous in the best way, not because you're violent, but because you're unshakable. There's something sacred about the kind of pain that breaks you open. It humbles you. It resets your priorities. It shows you the value of time, of effort, of resilience. People who've gone through real pain have depth. They've seen behind the curtain. They don't just talk about strength. They've earned it. They've lived it. And that kind of strength has gravity. It pulls others in because people can feel authenticity. You can't fake it. You can't buy it. You earn it through the fire. Think about your proudest moments. They probably didn't come from times when life was easy. They came from pain, from failure, from falling flat on your face and getting back up. They came from rejection, from heartbreak, from loss. And yeah, it hurt. It tore you apart, but it also rebuilt you. And now, when you look back, there's pride in that struggle. There's meaning in that suffering because it changed you. It gave you a story. It gave you a foundation. Without pain, your story is empty. It's hollow. There's no tension, no conflict, no growth. Pain gives your life depth. It gives your success weight. When you earn something after going through hell to get it, it means more. You value it more because you know what it cost. You know how much of yourself you had to give. That kind of victory, it's real. It's earned, and it stays with you forever. So the next time you're hurting, don't rush to numb it. Don't reach for the distractions. Sit with it. Feel it. Let it teach you what it needs to teach you. Because that pain might be the very thing molding you into someone the world can't ignore. Someone who's not just successful, but significant. Someone who doesn't just survive, but thrives. with a legacy carved out by every ounce of pain they refuse to run from.